Okay, today we are doing chapter 10, lesson number 6. And this is going to be on AM and PM, and we're going to learn what those mean. Our essential question is, how do we use until time? All right, so we are going to watch, actually before we watch the video, let's do this first. We are going to monkey around with AM and PM, and it's kind of like a little game too, okay? So welcome. We are going to learn about AM and PM today. What is AM? AM is anti-meridian, and that means it is from 12 o'clock midnight, so when the moon is out, midnight, to 11:59, just before noon. Now look at the clock right now. Who can tell Mrs. Murphy, looking at the clock, because we learned our time to the 5 minutes, who can tell me what time it is? Riley? It's not 10. So look at that little hour hand. Louis?
1:49.
Yeah, it's 11:49, actually almost 11:50 now. So in 9 minutes, guys, AM is going to be over. So right now it's AM. But in 9 minutes, when it hits noon, it goes to PM. Okay? So AM is just before noon. Now, what happens in the AM? I tell my second graders, think of AM as all morning. This is what you do all morning. Look at that. A is for all, M is for morning. I don't remember anti-meridian. I can't remember that. And that's in a different language, actually. It is. It's in Latin. And I cannot remember Latin. So what Mrs. Murphy remembers is AM means all morning. Brooklyn, what does AM mean?
All morning.
All morning. So what do I do in the AM? You get ready to go to school, you eat breakfast, and you watch maybe morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay? Baby. Okay, that's what you do in the morning. Also in the AM, you are sleeping. So when it's 2 o'clock in the morning, that is AM. You are sleeping. Even though it's dark out, it is AM. Now let's stop and think. What about some things that you do in the AM? Sorry, I read that wrong. I want you guys to think. What are some of the things that you do in the AM? Wyatt?
It's still anti-meridian right now.
It is. It's still AM right now. Journey, what do you do in the morning?
I usually wait for a few seconds. After I wake up, then I get ready for school. Well, eat breakfast then, get ready for school. And then, before going to bath, if I wake up early, before my baby brother wakes up, I'll play in the room, then I eat breakfast, get ready for school, and yeah.
Perfect examples. So yes, you do those in the AM. Ingrid, what do you do in the AM? Good, good. Addie?
When I'm done getting ready, and when I comb my hair, if I have enough time, I might play on my iPad for a little bit.
Perfect. All right, last one, Carson, what do you do in the AM?
Just take your iPad to school. First, I wake up before someone comes to check I'm up or not, and then I get ready, and then I play on my tablet. But first I with my dog, and sometimes I play on my tablet, and then when it's 7, 8, about 7, 8, and that I get ready to go on the bus.
One bus. Okay, good. So you guys all know, I can't get everybody, but you guys know what you do in the morning. Now, let's talk about what is PM. PM means, in Latin, post meridian. It is from 12 o'clock noon. It's not quite noon yet, guys. but it's getting close. Just before midnight. The new day starts at 12 a.m. midnight. So every midnight is when the new day starts, and it starts with a.m. Now Mrs. Murphy has a way to remember p.m. What I remember p.m. as past midday. So at noon, in a few minutes, guys, our day is halfway over. We've already had 12 hours of our day.
Wait, what? That was 8.
And then we have 12 more hours. And that equals 24. 12 plus
20.
12 plus 12 is 24. So if I look the clock in 5 minutes, and we will do that in a minute, our day will be half over. And we'll go from a.m. to p.m. And I remember that as past midday. Mid of our day is almost over. It's past it. Okay?
The P stands for
So,
past and
Yep, the P stands for past,
and
and the M stands for midday.
Midday.
Middle of the day. It's past the middle of the day.
But it doesn't have a G.
Now, what do you do on the p.m.? You'll eat dinner tonight. You'll go to bed for the night. So when you go to bed, that is p.m. You do your homework after school, or hopefully you're reading after school. That would be all in the p.m. So let's stop and think. What are some of the activities you do in the p.m.? Mason.
I brush my teeth. I go into my covers and go to bed.
Perfect. What do you do in the p.m., Arya?
I brush my teeth. I get my grandma's on and I go to bed.
Perfect. Lila, what do you do in the p.m.?
I eat dinner and then I have a couple hours, like half an hour to just do whatever I want, and then I watch a show and then I brush my teeth and then I go to bed.
Perfect. And take one more. Briley, what do you do in the p.m.?
I brush my teeth, watch TV, get ready to go to bed.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now we're going to finish that in a minute, but I want to show this video before Mrs. Menigay comes to take the first group for Miss Schaefer. And because this video is a great video on telling time, and then at the end of the video, it does talk about AM and PM. AM and PM, okay? It's a number rack video too.
Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The last number it went by is the number 5. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. Each line equals 1 minute, so the time is 5:06. Every number the hour it goes by represents 1 hour of time. You count the minutes out at 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. 9's the last number it went by, so the hour hand points to 9. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It's pointing right at the 5, so the time is 9:25. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. You count the minutes out at 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The hour hand lasts past the 8, so the hour of time is 8. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It points to 4 precisely, so the time is 8:20. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out at 60, and we'll be telling time with me. numberock.com for exclusive.
So, after school today, I will put this video on the story underneath the 2 videos. So in the morning tomorrow, if you want to listen to this video again after your attendance is done, you can do that because it's a very good video that talks about AM and PM. Now, on the board, this is where we put, if I have a whole day, how many hours is that? Everybody.
24.
Good job, 24. Okay, so I know I have 24 hours, but I don't have 24 numbers on the clock. I only have 12. So I gotta think, oh, that hour hand has to go around 1 time, and then it has to go around a second time, 2 times. So the first time it goes around, whoopsie,
Are you okay?
I'm okay, thanks. It's gonna start at 12 a.m. midnight. And it's gonna go until 12 p.m. I'm gonna say noon. Let's say noon. So look at the clock right now. What time is it? 12. Now, it is now 12 p.m. So I should have had you guys watch this. But a minute ago, it was just a.m. It was. And now it is noon, so it's p.m. Okay? So that hour hand, since midnight, has gone once around the clock. So that has gone 12 hours. Okay, but it's not done yet. Now, we switch to p.m. So we're going to start at 12 p.m., which is noon, and we're going to go until till 12 a.m. And that's midnight, and then that's going to switch. So tonight when you're sleeping, in the middle of the night, it is going to switch from p.m. to a.m. Okay? So, when you add these together, your a.m. you have 12 hours, and your p.m. you have 12 hours. Now I want to show you something. There's some different ways to write a.m. and p.m., and you're going to see them in lots of different ways. So I'm going to tell you guys really quickly before my group has to go. Can you wait 1 minute, Mrs. Menegay?
Absolutely.
Okay, so eyes up here, guys. There's some different ways to write AM and PM. You'll see it many different ways, actually 4 different ways. You might see it just A and an M. But to me, sometimes, what does that look like? It looks like the word AM. Doesn't that look like the word AM? Yeah. And so really, we should be abbreviating it. A, period, M, period. So I would prefer you putting the periods in because it looks like an abbreviation and not a word AM. You can also write it big. And I know you guys can't see Mrs. Murphy's clever touch, but is my P and M big? Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to see it sometimes uppercase, and sometimes you'll see it with the periods for the abbreviation. So these are the 4 ways you might see AM, and it'd be the same for PM. You might see it lowercase, you might see it with your periods, you might see it uppercase, and you might see it uppercase with your periods, okay? All of them are correct, and really, I don't think, I'm going to look at my, since this is a new curriculum, they do it this way. And that's how I normally do it. And that's how I prefer you do it, but you will see it other ways as well. Question, Corla?
You have it up there too when you start it.
I had it up on the Clever Touch. Good. Now when you see this up here, AM and PM, does that have periods? No. So you'll see it in lots of different ways. Okay, Miss Schaefer's first group, may go with her. Okay, now, my kids that are left with me, I didn't see your hand, you guys should either not do the periods or do both of the periods. So Mason said there's maybe another way. I see what Mason's thinking, but really, if you're gonna either do the periods, you need to do both of them. Or if you're not gonna do the periods, then don't do any. It's either 0 or 2. Okay? Yes, Eddie?
Do you know how to write like on like the different clocks, like not like that clock, but like your alarm clock? Do you know how to write the AM in it?
You know what, Addie?
Is it like the down, over, down?
I don't, most digital clocks, I'll show you what they have. That's a really good question. I'll look one up.
Because the 3 looks like it's backwards.
No, they don't have AM and PM because they usually normally have a dot. I believe my alarm clock has the dot. Yes, it looks like this. So you guys see over here?
Yeah.
Do you guys, I know it's kind of hard to tell. I'll try to make it bigger. Oh, I don't know if that works.
Blue
Okay.
is the best.
So here's my hour, here's my minute. Do you guys see it AM or PM? No. So what they do on a clock is they go over here, and you guys see the PM?
Yeah.
And then the PM is here, and then the AM is there, and then this is for the radio. So do you guys notice that there's a dot? And I don't know why they have 2 dots, but normally there's only one that lights up. So it depends if it's AM or PM. So it will switch according to what you set your clock. So when I set my clock, I have to make sure I know, is it AM or PM?
No, not like that. Like, do you know how like I'm asking is like, you know how the PM, can you write that like in a different way, like a kind of like a different like kind of like on that clock?
This clock won't ever. I don't think Mrs. Stewart, have you ever seen a clock with it written? No, because the clocks they just don't have them do that. I mean, it's probably possible, but this is a lot easier for a clock to do. It's more simple and easy. So I think it's possible, but I know I have never seen it, Mrs. Stewart, like especially like alarm clock. Probably not, but maybe on some other kind of clock, then maybe yes.
Some A's can be like over.
Yeah. Can you, if you go home tonight and you find an example, like have your mom, because you won't have your iPads, but your mom's and dad's have Class Dojo, take a picture and send it to Mrs. Murphy. Okay? And then we'll use that example.
Do you want me to draw it?
Draw it or find a picture of it. Like maybe you're at your house and find a picture of it.
Yeah.
That would be fine. Send it to me. Then I can use it as an example. And then I know what you're talking about, okay?
Miss Murphy, if you bought that would be on my birthday. It would be there on my birthday. Look! Tuesday, May 4th.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's order it for your birthday.
Yeah!
It could be your birthday present.
Mine. Yeah!
I know.
May 10th, John.
This weekend, Mrs. Murphy's gonna figure out, we have like 8 May birthdays.
Oh, wow.
And then we have to celebrate Journey's birthday and Lily's birthday. So we have like 10 birthdays in May. So it's gonna be a crazy month.
Please order it for May 4th.
Okay. All right. So let's get practicing before we do our worksheet, okay? And I'm gonna have to pull it up again because it wouldn't save it. So let's just do this. We did this already. So let's practice, okay? All right. Colin ate breakfast at 6:15. Can you tell me, should we label that as AM or PM? Mason, what do you think?
AM.
You are right. AM, because it's all, remember AM is all morning. He's eating breakfast. We eat breakfast in the morning. Kevin went to football practice at 4:30. Allie, what do you think that is?
PM.
PM. Good job, because that's past midday. That's in the afternoon. Good job.
Wait, this is
Okay, we watched the sun rise, so it's coming up at 7 o'clock. Lewis, is that AM or PM?
AM.
Does the sun come out and rise at when it's dark, like in the afternoon or when it's dark?
No.
No. So what would it be?
AM.
AM. Put that away, please.
We would have
AM. Okay. This is a tricky one. It is 12 o'clock midnight. Journey.
AM.
Yes, I thought you would get tricked because a lot of kids think it's dark out. It's the middle of the night. But remember, it switches at midnight and it goes to AM. So good job not getting tricked. Caitlin went to bed at 9:05. Tyson,
PM.
good job, Tyson. That is PM. Very
It's
good.
not past 12 yet.
Yeah, it's not past midnight yet. Good job. Abby's birthday party starts at 1:45. Lily? $1:45. That's coming, like 1:45 is gonna be coming up pretty
AM?
soon. No, AM would be kind of like
PM.
PM. AM would be like when you're still sleeping. So 1:45 PM. That's past midday in the afternoon. My teacher had her morning coffee at 8:10. Carson, what do you think? 8:10. She had her morning coffee. Morning. There's a clue. Remember, Carson, put down your mask. AM means all morning. When did I have my morning coffee? 8:10. Not PM. I'm getting ready for bed at 8:10 PM. AM. Put on your mask. All right, 8:10 AM. Mom and I went shopping at 3:35. Corla, what do you think? PM. Yep, that would be like in the afternoon. That would be like right after school. Good job. Mrs. Hanson graded papers after school at 4:20. Braylon? PM, because that's in the afternoon, right? Past midday. Good job. My friend Rachel came over to play at 2:25. Wyatt? PM, good job. I woke up from a bad dream at 1:15. Lewis? I had a really bad dream. It's at 1:15.
AM.
AM, good job.
Because you said, I woke up, so that'd be a hint.
Oh yeah,
AM.
good job, good job. Yeah, and if it's in the middle of the night, you have to kind of, it's hard because some of the night you sleep in the PM, but then some of the night you sleep in the AM. Yeah.
Like when my grandma's friend, she went to a different place. Whenever we're awake, they're sleeping during the day. Whenever we're sleeping, they're awake.
Some people have to do that for their jobs
Stop.
too. Yeah.
Like my dad.
Yeah, my husband has to do that. When we are at school, he is sleeping.
Sleeping.
And then when I'm sleeping, he is at work. Yeah, so it's the opposite. So yeah, they have to figure out their body schedule a little different. Okay, all right. The school bus came to my house on Thursday morning at 7:25. LEA, what do you think? AM or PM? 7:25. AM. Good job. All morning. AM. Our recess starts at 10:40. This is actually pretty close. Journey, what do you think?
AM.
AM. Good job. Good job.
Oh, that is AM.
Ours is 10:45, right? Yep. Just 5 minutes off. Mom will start cooking dinner at 5:55. Lila, what do you think? She's cooking dinner.
PM.
PM. Good job, Lila. I lost my tooth on Friday morning at 9:50. Charlotte, what do you think? I lost my tooth on Friday morning. AM. Good job. Taylor's soccer game is at 5 o'clock. John, what do you think? His soccer game? PM. Good. That's in the afternoon, past midday. I saw the moon. Oh, this is tricky. I saw the moon from my bedroom window at 10:20. L-E-S.
PM.
PM. Good job.
How's that hard?
I thought maybe you would get
It
tricked.
said
The moon.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a little clue, wasn't it? I thought maybe you get tricked. I spent the night at my friend's house and we went to bed at 11:40. That's pretty late. Lewis?
AM.
No.
PM.
PM. 11:40 a.m. is when we came back from lunch. Remember? We always actually, 11:30, 11:30.
Darn it.
I spent, we went to the lake at 12:30. Tyson.
When it was 10:25, I meant 7:25. That's almost when I actually get picked up by the bus. Mine's just 7:20.
It was pretty close, wasn't it, bud?
I can figure this one out.
You can figure it out? Okay, Tyson, we went to the lake at 12:30.
PM.
Good job. So 12:30 is going to be like in 15 minutes. Good job. Because you wouldn't go to the lake in the middle of the night.
Because then you catch more fish. No.
Our class goes to the computer lab on Wednesday mornings at 10:10. Addie? The keyword is mornings.
10.
AM. All morning. Good job. AM. We listen to the morning announcements at 7:55. Corla. AM. Morning announcements. AM. Our class's lunchtime is 11:20. Mason.
PM. AM.
AM. Because PM would be right before midnight. Yeah, we don't have lunch before midnight. School starts at 8 o'clock. Ellie? 8 a.m. Yeah, we start in the morning. My baby sister took a nap at 2:10. All right, I want all my second graders to say, what is it?
AM! AM! That's not AM. It's actually way too late.
Okay, so
AM.
John, why do you think it's AM?
Because most of the time, most babies mostly take naps after lunch.
Okay, but after lunch wouldn't be AM.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just say the wrong thing? You meant the other one. So it is PM, past midday, because it's in the afternoon. All right, it is 12 o'clock noon. What is that, guys?
PM.
Everybody?
AM.
PM.
Lewis, we just said when the clock, we just looked at the clock, and it was noon. And Lewis, remember Mrs. Murphy said, we weren't watching, but it went from AM to PM. We'll try to watch tomorrow. We missed it by like a minute. We were a little too slow. But Lewis, it's 12 o'clock noon. Is that AM or PM?
PM.
Good job. All right, awesome. We're going to do round lightning. We'll do that tomorrow, okay? We did the clocks, but you weren't in here. So, everybody else except you and John saw them because you guys were taking a little bit longer and maybe fooling around. But we did do them because you wanted me to do them. You kind of missed them. Because we were ready to go and you guys weren't, so.
Help you, Miss Stewart?
Okay, Mrs. Stewart's going to pass out a math paper. And I think you guys are ready to rock and roll on this. Okay, when you get your paper, put your name at the top, please.
We only have a small pencil in this one. Thank you, Mrs. Stewart.
Thank you.
Okay, this first one is kind of fun. We just did this earlier. We said some things that we do in the AM and PM. But on this paper, instead of like singing them or writing them, they want you to draw a picture. So I want you to think of some things that you do in the AM. So right now, would you label it on this column because it's good to label? At the top here. Okay, and then this will be PM. Okay, so think of some things you do AM all morning. And then I want you to just draw some pictures. So Lewis, what is something you could draw?
Playing on the playground.
Okay.
Or playing ball tag.
Or playing ball
Or
tag.
playing catch. Or playing kickball.
Okay.
Or playing catch with your dad or mom or something else. Or sister.
Okay.
Or
Now, I was just thinking, this one does say draw pictures of the activities if you want to write words, because you guys are awesome at writing words. Maybe you want to write, I'm okay with you writing a few words. For example, if you want to write the word school, because then we go to school in the AM. Or lunch. You want to write lunch, because we have lunch in the AM.
Or breakfast.
Yep. Or breakfast. So you can write some words, you can draw some pictures, but just think of everything that you do in the morning time. You get ready.
We work.
Yep.
We could say clean.
Lila?
Miss Murphy, can you just draw one picture?
How about this? Draw 3 things. Draw 3 things. Because it does say activities. Because we do lots of things in the AM. Now, Lila, if your picture has a couple things on it, for example, if you draw a picture of school and the playground, that would be a couple things. Okay? So try to find 3 things that you can write or draw.
Can you draw more than 3?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Already done.
A.
Can we short one paper?
Have you started paper?
Those two, Kaden has one at his time, is it okay?
Oh, Kinsley. No, that's not Kinsley's up. We keep it, like yesterday was short. But then I realized I had to take one on Journey's binder, and I took that on Journey's
Can you
binder.
please move?
So just take Caden's, and I don't even have to figure out short again. That's so weird. Just move Caden's over and I'll figure that out.
What are we gonna do ends like that?
Pretty slow, but you can do it. I don't know how to do it.
Guys, check your paper if you have 2.
Yeah, does anyone accidentally have 2 papers? By accident?
Okay.
Huh. Alright, now, as you get done, think of some things that you do in the PM and draw or write at least 3. So, for example, you might sleep. That's not a very good person. That's good. Did you say it looks like a fish? That's exactly what I was thinking. Why?
What? And I don't think that's comfortable sleeping in the air.
So I better put a bed. Why?
That would be the most comfortable. If you can sleep in the air, just levitate.
Wait, airplane.
Okay.
Sleeping just no, when you're
Okay. So maybe you're gonna sleep. Go to, or to say, go to bed.
Where's the lights?
Maybe you have some supper.
What's the light for the chair?
Carson.
What? There must be something on his phone.
It is. It was, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
What was it?
Maybe in the PM we have 5. I didn't look.
I knew like our whole schedule.
Five at time? We do not have fire at night.
We have it in the PM.
But that, but the moon's out.
No. Right now will be right
Do
now.
that in the morning,
It is PM.
in the afternoon, that's probably something you do in the PM.
Right now
School,
it's
right?
PM. So it'll say PM until midnight and then it changes.
Maybe on the weekend.
I know, but that's just a picture to show. Most of the time at PM it does start to get dark. Now it's getting lighter and lighter each night, which I love. But that's why they have the difference. They have kind of AM, most of the time it's sunny, and PM, most of the time it's dark, but not the whole time.
Oh, Miss Murphy.
But sometimes in the AM it is dark, 'cause we're sleepy.
Isn't there 2 days where the sun goes down late?
Yeah, it's called the longest day of the year and the shortest day. We're in the middle of summer. I think it's the first day of summer is the longest day where the sunlight is out the longest. And then the first day of winter is when it's the shortest, where it gets dark like at 5 at night. Okay, my friends coming in for Miss Schaefer's. You are gonna do something easy. You're gonna draw or write 3 things you do in the morning, AM. 3 things you do in the PM. Okay, Miss Schaefer's second group. You may quietly leave your papers on your desk and walk to Mrs. Schaefer's room.
Wyatt, I drew a 4-wheeler. Somewhere it is only light out. What I do in AM, sometimes hot chores, watch TV or have a pillow fight.
Okay, perfect.
This is my fan dog.
I haven't had a pillow fight for like.
Hey, if you just came in, you just need to write 3 or draw 3 pictures. 3 of each in each area. So Ingrid, if you came in, you're gonna write AM and PM. And then you need to write 3 things you do or draw 3 pictures
Or
in
more.
each column or more. Yeah.
I have 12.
And we know that sometimes some of these are in both columns. Like for example, we're at school in the AM and we're at school in PM. So we know it some things happen in both.
Get up, go to school, eat, break fast.
I did 4 things on AM.
I did break. I did break.
I did
F-A-S-T. Break fast.
I added a few more things, like we always have grammar and spelling in the morning.
What about
We always,
snack?
almost always have math and snack in the afternoon. We have Bind and music, almost always in the
I
afternoon.
skipped a lot of things.
Really? Does this bed look comfortable?
Okay,
Wait.
when you have your 3 things or more done, and you're ready to go on, flip to the guided practice page, please. So flip it to the next page, guided practice.
See, I'm doing with the backseat
Look at it though. I'm not begging you, deadline. I'm laughing at myself.
Can't do it. Please explain how do you do
It's there. It's not a very good piece, but it's there.
What do you need?
I can finish.
I'm just filling in
Yes,
on
Judy?
your bed. It's just like
What's that?
my bed's too high.
If you think you'll need them, I don't know if we'll need them. Today, you think you'll need them? Do you want them? Okay, if you guys, I don't think you might not need a clock, but if you would like to grab a clock and make the time on the clocks, I'm fine with that. If you don't want one, it's okay too, because some of you are really good at telling time and don't need a clock. So you pick.
I know.
Okay, Libby, go to your desk, and I want you to draw and write. This will help you. 3 things that you do in the AM and PM. Okay, like I said, if you want a clock, go ahead and grab one. If you don't think you need one, it's okay. You don't need to grab one. Yeah, and some of you want to practice, and some of you don't. That's okay too.
I'm confused. What do they do?
What do you mean?
Like, because like clock, they just show you what the time is. And boom. What do you
Okay, that's what we're working on, Brooklyn. Okay, now Mrs. Murphy's going to go over to the guided practice because I think most of you are there. I'm going to read the top. It says the hours from midnight until noon are labeled AM, all morning. The hours from noon until midnight are labeled PM, past midday. Here's a helpful hint. 12 p.m. is noon, 12 a.m. is midnight. All right, so look here. I go to school at 8 a.m. Reading a bedtime story is 8 p.m. Okay? Down below, we're going to tell what time it is shown for the activity. Write the time and then circle a.m. or p.m. Okay, so look at number 1. I will draw a stick. We'll see if this person can come up and write the time and then write a.m. or p.m. Now, the first one says, on number 1, art class. So this is kind of like yesterday with Mrs. Johnson. You guys had art with Mrs. Johnson. You guys had it at 9:20, and you were done at 10. But this art class starting at 10. So if you have a clock, make it say 10. And then we'll see if this person can write the time and then circle AM or PM. How about Corla? Okay, Corla, you want to come up here and write it? Okay, Corla. How do you write the time from that analog clock on the digital clock? What's the time? You write it? Awesome. She said 10 o'clock. Now, Corla, you're having art class. Is that going to be AM or PM? No, PM is like when you're going to bed. You're probably sleeping at 10 PM. So, like yesterday morning when you had art with Mrs. Johnson, you had it in the morning. So it's AM. Yeah, you guys actually got done with art exactly at 10 AM.
In this class, when we got done,
Okay, number 2, we're going to bed. Let's see if this person can figure out the time. Aria, can you come up and figure out the time? You're going to bed. Okay, everybody write down the time and see if Aria gets it right. Write your hour hand first.
Hey, who said that?
What do you think, Aria? Look at the hour first. It's between the 8 and the 9. It's not at the 8. It's not at the 9. It's only at the 8. So your hour is 8. No, make it 8, honey. Honey, it's at the 8. It's not at the 9 yet. So you can make it 8. Okay, now, how do you do your minutes? You start at the top at 00 and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I got it right.
8:30. Now, you're going to bed. Is that AM all morning or PM past midday? Good job. It is PM. Awesome. Okay, number 3. Play after school. So if you're playing after school, look at this clock. What time would it be? Wyatt,
Dang.
will you come up here and figure it out?
Next time you I have my thing.
Okay, tell your friends what time is it,
4 o'clock.
and then tell AM or PM. Good job. 4 p.m. Good job.
Your end got really cut off.
It got cut off. Okay. All right. Let's flip to the back page and do the problem solving. The very back, please.
That's just going fast.
Yep. Cross off the bottom brain builders.
Only if we want to do them.
Yeah, or you can leave them if you want to do them at home.
I
Definitely.
love dirties. It is 3 a.m. All you know it's at 3.
Okay, number 12. I will read it. I want you to think. What time would this be? Zach has lacrosse practice. So lacrosse is a sport at 4 o'clock. Would that likely be 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.? I'll draw a stick and we'll see if this person knows and they can write it on the clever touch. John, do you know if it's going to be 4 a.m. or p.m.? Yes, practice. Now, a.m. would be like all morning. Now, think about 4 in the morning. You're probably not awake at 4 in the morning at a.m. So, what do you think it's going to have to be? 4 p.m. Because it's going to be probably practice after school. Because we get out of school at 3 p.m. You probably have practice at 4 p.m. So write 4 dot dot. Good job. O'clock. And then p.m.
There's confusing for me to do M's.
Why?
Because if we just do it the other way, it makes a W.
Right.
This is the B I am doing.
Okay, number 13. It is 2:25. Lakota is going to the library in 1 hour. On the clock, show the time she will go to the library. And then we need to circle AM or PM. So let's think, it's 2:25. So, can I borrow your clock? Because this one sometimes is easier to see because mine, I show you the whole hour. It's 2:25. She's gonna go in an hour. So all I have to do is move my hour hand 1 whole hour down. I don't change the minutes. So what time do you think she will be going? No Charlotte. No Kaden.
No Carson.
Elliot.
Oh,
What time do you think she'll be going, Elliot?
Oh.
2:25 in an hour. It's going to be 3:25, right? Good job counting. So I saw Ellie count by 5s in her head. Very good job, Ellie. Good job. Ellie, one thing I would like you to do, make this, actually your short one is perfect. Make your long one longer, all the way through the 5. No, all the way through the 5, honey. Go all the way.
That was the little man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna do the,
No, maybe.
but the little hand's not at the 5, honey. Little hand should be at the
3.
3.
Yes,
There you go. Now, the big hand, that our hand should be at the, perfect, that was better. Now I can tell the difference. Now, do you think this is AM or PM? She's at the library.
PM.
It is PM. Good job. Because if it was AM, we'd still be sleeping.
I almost had it right.
Good. Okay, now, we only have about 5 minutes until we have to start getting ready, but I think you guys can do this. Mrs. Stewart and I will walk around in case you get stuck. So at the top, you have to read these. We're gonna eat breakfast is number 4, wash the dog, go swimming. So first I want you to figure out what time is it, and then circle AM or PM depending on what you're doing. Then at the bottom, they have the clock, and you have to make the time, and then look up here. Number 7 is soccer practice, number 8 is sleeping in bed, and then number 9 is eat dinner. Okay, just a minute. Down here, you're going to complete this sentence. At blank, I am usually asleep. At blank, I may be eating my lunch. So I have midnight and noon. So think, when do you fall asleep or are asleep? And when do you